part 2 of the Free Agency 2016 series that I'm doing right now. Like I said, a lot of money, a lot of acquisitions, a lot of teams. First, we're going to start with the Mavericks. So the Mavericks decided to offer Harrison Barnes an offer sheet. 4 years, $94 million. Warriors can decide to match if they wanted to. Decided not to. Harrison Barnes goes to the Mavericks for $94 million for 4 years. It's a decent pickup. Good, great replacement for Chandler Parsons, who really didn't work out there. I was kind of disappointed that he didn't. You know, I always had this inside joke with my man C3, best person on the team, Chandler Parsons. Anywhere you go, best person on the team. Andrew Bogut was acquired in the trade. To make room for Kevin Durant, the Warriors traded Andrew Bogut to the Mavericks. So they got their cap room for Kevin Durant, and the Mavericks finally got their center that they've needed for a while. Deron Williams decided to stay with the Mavericks 1 year, $10 million. Deron Williams last year didn't really seem to work out. I mean, he got hurt again. I know he really wanted to go home. He's from the Dallas area. He's from Texas, but it really didn't work out. Hopefully this year it works out for them. Another acquisition they made, or a re-signing they made. I think his name is Dwight Powell. Dwight Powell signed 4 years, $37 million. I think he was their rookie or a sophomore. He's really talented, very talented kid. I like the pick. I like the re-signing they made. Another person they re-signed, Dirk Nowitzki. Franchise player, 2 years, $40 million. Got to give Dirk his money. Finally, Dirk gets the amount of money that he deserves after taking so many pay cuts for making championship teams, creating playoff teams. So, congratulations to Dirk and his $20 million a year. Another person, they got Seth Curry, not Steph, Seth Curry, his brother. 2 years, $6 million. Solid pickup, backup point guard. Seth, just like Steph, can shoot the basketball, man. He really can. When he finally puts together a game, an overall game, he is going to be just as good as Stephen Curry. Moving on to the Raptors, they had another big signing. DeMar DeRozan decided to take only one meeting with the Raptors. That's it. Met on free agency night. The eve of free agency into the beginning of free agency. Agreed to a 5-year, $139 million contract, so he got his payday. I thought he was going to the Lakers. Honestly, I wish he would have went to the Lakers, but I mean, Toronto's his home right now. I'm glad he got his money. He's another player that deserves it. Some of these people I'm mentioning are being overpaid, but that's besides the point. If I fail to mention, Zaza Pachulia went to the Warriors. David West decided to go to the Warriors as well for the veterans minimum. Moving on to the Rockets. Rockets signed Ryan Anderson for 4 years, $80 million deal. He's getting paid $20 million a year. Ryan Anderson's another underrated player, honestly. He can shoot the three, he can post, he can score. He's not really good defensively, but his scoring ability is pretty good. They also signed Eric Gordon, 4 years, $53 million. I know Eric Gordon was being courted by the Knicks. I'm actually glad that the Knicks didn't get him, because between him, Derrick Rose, and Joakim Noah, it would have been a bad situation if all three of them dudes got hurt. Moving on to Charlotte. Charlotte decided to re-sign Nick Batum, 5 years, $120 million. Not sure how much that is. I'm going to see off the top of my head. But Nick Batum, great pickup. I wish the Knicks would have got him. Solid two-way player, can score, and he could definitely defend. Marvin Williams decided to stay with the Charlotte Hornets for 4 years, $54.5 million. The Nets recording Marvin Williams. I know. I guess it was about money or something like that. I guess they just couldn't, get the deal done. I'm sorry. Roy Hibbert decided to go to the Charlotte Hornets as well. 1 year, $5 million. Roy Hibbert last year was on the Lakers. I wish it would have worked out for him with the Lakers, but that didn't work out either. Moving on to the Clippers. Clippers decided to re-sign Jamal Crawford, Austin Rivers, and Luke Mbamute. Crawford's deal is 3 years, $42 million. The Rivers deal is 3 years, $35 million. And Mbamute is 2 years, $4.5 million. So they decided to just re-sign people. They lost out on the Kevin Durant sweepstakes. And who else were they trying to? I don't think there was anyone else they were really trying to get, to be honest. They lost Jeff Green. Jeff Green went to the Magic, but I'm gonna mention that really soon. The Kings decided to get Aaron Aflalo, 2 years, $25 million. Pretty much the same amount of money that he was being paid in New York. I think the reason why he left New York is because of the whole Kurt Rambis thing. Kurt Rambis again is our assistant coach. Unfortunately, I don't know why, but yeah, Aaron Aflalo was pretty good for the Knicks when he wasn't hurt. But you know, he's a solid two-way player. He can still defend, and his scoring has got better. He can post. He's a great two guard. You can even put him as a small forward. He'll do well for you there. The Magic decided to sign Bismack Biyombo to also go along with Serge Ibaka, who they acquired in the offseason from a trade that sent Victor Oladipo to OKC, Serge Ibaka to the Magic. Bismack Biyombo decided to sign for Joakim Noah's deal. 4 years, $72 million. He's making $18 million a year. I think this guy's being overpaid. They're overpaying him for a great playoff series against the Heat. I mean, he played okay against the Cavs, but he only played well against the Heat. Against the Pacers, he was like a non-factor. So I guess that's why he's being overpaid. Jeff Green decided to go to the Magic for 1 year, $15 million. Jeff Green is another versatile person. He can score. I always had this joke with my brother when he used to face the Knicks when he was on the Celtics. Jeff Green would go off for 20 in the first half, and he would finish the game with 25. Like, he would only erupt in one quarter. But he's a good pickup for the Magic, honestly. DJ Augustin decided to go to the Magic for 4 years, $29 million. It's a shocking move, a lesser-known move. But hey, at least they got another point guard, I guess, for them. The Wizards decided to re-sign Bradley Beal for $128 million for 5 years. A lot of people were disappointed in that deal. They're saying he's being overpaid because he's always hurt. But I mean, Bradley Beal, his skill set, if he's healthy, a lot of people will change their minds and say he's definitely worth $128 million. Moving on to the Heat. The Heat decided to re-sign Hassan Whiteside. 5 years, $98 million. I thought he was going to get $100 million. They shorted him $2 million. I don't know. I thought he was going to the Mavericks. Apparently, he's staying on the Heat. He said he released the decision through. He was going to release the decision through Snapchat. And it's solid. The Heat really needed to re-sign him. Him and Dwayne Wade. They really needed to re-sign. Whiteside has turned out to be a very talented center. We all know his defensive ability. If he can develop his offense, I'm telling a lot of people, he is going to be a serious problem in this league. A serious problem. The Dwayne Wade situation, I think I might mention in the next video. Let's move on to the Nets real quick. The Nets, they offered Tyler Johnson 4 years, $50 million. The Heat are not going to match. My boy Tyler Johnson is going to Brooklyn. I don't really like the move because I don't really want to see him on the Nets. I want to see him still in the Heat. But he got paid. Alan Crabb, apparently, there's a rumor going around that he got offered $70 million for 4 years. I don't know if he accepted it or not. Alan Crabb is another person. He's pretty versatile. He can score a little bit. Great pickup if they do get him. Great player from the Blazers. Jeremy Lin signed 4 years, $38 million. Man got another $30 million contract. Jeremy Lin played decent with Charlotte last year. I guess he does deserve it. I want to see what he's going to do with Brooklyn. I hope he doesn't keep killing the Knicks. But I want to see what he's going to do with Brooklyn now. I hope for them, they're really banking on Linsanity returning. I think Linsanity is dead, honestly. But we'll see this season. They also signed a guy named Trevor Booker. I don't know where what the details of his deal is. I'm gonna cut this video short, so this is gonna be a part 3 for this free agency series. So this is the BX Baller Part 2 signing out.